Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Prabhuji, I'm not that good with Kirtan. I can try, but can I sing Jai Radha Madhav?
Yes, yes, Mataji,
Okay.
please.
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरवनचारी जमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी. Shall I do just couple of Maha mantras? No?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Is it okay, Prabhuji, or do you want me to say any more? Shall I just say Manglacharan, or what do you want me to do?
It is your wish, Mataji. How much you wanted to sing, that is fine. If you are if you are done with it, you can move to the next Mangalachan pairs as well. You want me to share the Mangalachan pairs, Mataji?
No, it should be all right, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Om Agnantimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I think I'll sing. Yeah. Thank you very much. There's something else as well. Right, okay. Sorry. So, Hare Krishna. I'm hoping you can see this chapter. Can you see, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So today I'm going to speak on Dhruva Maharaj. This is pastime from Canto 4, Chapter 8, and the canto is the fourth order. The fourth order, creation of the fourth order. And so, Prabhuji, firstly, I need to say thank you for giving me this opportunity, to you and Indulekha Mataji as well, for allowing me to come here. But I'm not at all qualified at all, but I will try. Because I think everybody knows this pastime very well, but I will try and recap as much as possible and what I've learned from this particular chapter. So thank you so much to you and Mataji as well for allowing me to come here. And then if I make any mistakes as well, please write it all down and then you can tell me, because I'm sure there are many things that I don't know, but I will look to you for your guidance as well. So thank you very much. So my understanding of the creation of the fourth order is so here you might have to write it down, and any mistakes I make, please tell me at the end. But my understanding of the creation of the fourth order is that the universe was firstly the primary creation was done by Lord Krishna, and then it was Brahmaji who was given the task to do the secondary creation, and then we have Brahmaji's children, Swayambhu Manu and Shatrupa, and how they were given the task to procreate and populate the world. And then these are the descendants of Swayambhu Manu and Shatrupa. So here, if I can just share also the actual the family tree of Dhruva Maharaj a little bit, not the full thing, but just enough. And so in this particular chapter, we start with Brahmaji was given this task. So he had many sons who were brahmacharis, and the names were Sanat Kumar, the four Sanat Kumars. Narad Muni is one of them as well. And then we have Rubhu, Hamsa, Aruni, and Yati. They were all brahmacharis, so they never got into the grahastha life, and then didn't give any birth to any children. Then we have the introduction here of all the devastation, so all the bad things that got birth in here. So this story is from Satyuga, and you can see that in this particular chapter, so many bad children also, or bad things, or bad qualities that also started to happen from this particular from this chapter. So if I can, I'm not sure if I'm sharing. Am I sharing? I just wanted to share with you something. Am I sharing this at all? Am I sharing something different at all?
Yes, Mataji, Dhruva Maharaj notes.
Okay, so this is, so can people see this a little bit?
Yes,
Causes of
Mataji.
devastation. So here what I've written is, because rather than us read into because there is no picturestic diagram from the chapter, I've just written it myself. So Adharma was born, and falsity was also born from Brahmaji. And so they are like brother and sister. And so this is the start of the first marriage between a brother and a sister. So irreligion marries falsity. And from them, two demons arises, which is bluffing and cheating. So Dambha and Maya. And then from them, two children are born, which are Lobh, greed, or Nikriti, or cunningness. And from them, Krodh and Himsa, so envy and anger is born. And then from them, Kali and his sister Durupti were born. So harsh speech, or, being very angry and not coming up with nice words. So that was born. And then Mrityu, death and fear, was born. And then the last one was Yatna, excessive pain and hell. So as you can see, all these are like bad qualities within oneself that were born. And then my understanding is that if we recognize that these are the bad qualities within ourselves, then we can try and and pray that we stay away from these bad qualities. So these are the children of Brahmaji. And then we come to Dhruva Maharaj, because this particular chapter has been of interest to me for many reasons, but the main reason is that there's so much to learn from this chapter, from this 5-year-old child who has given us so much knowledge and understanding of teachings, how we should behave and what we should do if we want to progress in our devotional life. So there are so many qualities, so I will cover all that, but I just wanted to just quickly show you that Swayambhuva, Manu and Shatrupa, they had 3 daughters, Akuti, Prasuti and Devhuti. So Devhuti and Kardam Muni's pastimes, old and Kapil Muni's pastimes were covered in Canto 3. Prasuti marries Daksha, and Daksha has many children, and one of them was Sati, who married Lord Shiva. So that pastime is mentioned in Canto 4. Akuti and Ruchi, I'm not too sure about, but again, you can tell me later. Then he has got 2 sons as well. So Priyavrata and Uttanpad. So Priyavrata was the oldest child and Uttanpad the second child. And both were very competent to rule the whole universe. They had those qualities that they could rule the whole universe. Now, this conversation, Canto 3 and Canto 4, is mostly a conversation between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. And as we are covering also in the morning lectures as well, the morning Bhagavatam classes as well, Maitreya Muni got his knowledge from Uddhava or from Krishna as well. While Krishna was telling him, Uddhava, Maitreya Muni also happened to be there. So when Vidura wanted to have the knowledge of Bhagavatam or about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uddhava, he approached Uddhava first, but Uddhava said, no, please go to Maitreya Muni. So then Vidura approaches Maitreya Muni. So Canto 3 and Canto 4 are mostly the conversations between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. And as we know, that the whole Bhagavatam itself, it's not just about Parikshit Maharaj and Sukdev Goswami. There are so many conversations happening. So there's Maitreya Muni, Vidura, there's also somewhere there's Shiv and Sati and other people are in there as well. So many conversations happening. So this particular chapter, this whole canto mostly is between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. And so we are covering mostly, so Maitreya Muni was so eager, because even though Priyavrata was the eldest son, and he could have covered him first in the story, Maitreya Muni was very eager to talk about Dhruva Maharaj. So that's my understanding. And so he covered Dhruva Maharaj's story first in this canto. And Priyavrata's pastimes are covered in Canto 5. So as you can see, Uttanpad had 2 wives. The oldest one was Suniti, and the second one was Suruchi. And Suniti's son was Dhruva Maharaj, and Suruchi's son was Uttama. So is everyone clear about that? And then as you can see from this family tree as well, that it looks like that Sati and Dhruva Maharaj were also maybe cousins as well. So then I'm just going to focus on the story itself, on the actual event that happened. We all know what really happened. Everybody is very familiar with this particular pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, but I will cover it anyway. So this incident happened when one day Uttamapad was cradling his son Uttama on his lap. And Dhruva Maharaj happens to walk in at that time. And Dhruva Maharaj was only 5, and he wanted to also have the affection of his dad. So he also tried to climb his dad's lap, Uttanpad. And as he was struggling, he was trying, his stepmom, Suruchi, walks in and sees that and straight away stops that. And she was really harsh to him. She spoke very harshly to say that you don't deserve to sit on your father's lap. You are not qualified. You should have taken birth from my womb. So until you do that, you can't sit on your father's lap. You have to, if you really want to sit on your father's lap, you have to please Lord Vishnu, do penances and austerities. And when you please him, then you come back here. Then you take the birth through my womb again. And then you would be qualified to sit on your father's lap. But until then, you are not qualified. So she spoke really harshly to him. And so Dhruva Maharaj was taken aback. Dhruva Maharaj was like completely like, he was very morose. He looked at his dad, Uttanpad, and he was expecting some sort of solace from him or some sort of support from him, but his dad never gave him that. Dad didn't even look at him. And so Dhruva Maharaj, he knew that he couldn't say any other word because that was the way he was brought up. He was a Kshatriya, but equally, because he had Kshatriya blood, he was also very angry, and he was trembling with anger. He was so angry, and he was crying, and he ran to his mom, Suniti. So then he goes to his mom, and Suniti sees her child, who was very troubled, and so she became very troubled herself. And she said, "What's the matter?" And then Dhruva Maharaj told her, and Suniti then said, she tried to comfort him, but internally, she herself was devastated. She was like, there is a term described here, but she burnt like forest fire herself, and her face was all withered. So those were the things that went through her mind as well. And she was also trembling. But she consoled Dhruva Maharaj. She took him on her lap. So this is the first incident that happens. As you can see, Suruchi being harsh to Dhruva Maharaj, and Uttanpad cradling the son Uttama. And then here Suruchi is comforting Dhruva Maharaj. So she then comforted him. She said to him, she really was a far-seeing woman, in the sense that she was such a gentle soul, and she was a devotee of Lord Vishnu, and she knew how to be with other people. So she gave him some really good advice. And as we know that we have 7 mothers, and if people want to recap, do people want to say who the 7 mothers are? I'm going to try and make a little bit interactive, but do people can name our 7 mothers? Is it 7? Any mothers you can name? Anyone?
Hare Krishna Mataji. I'm just thinking it's Bhu Mata, Bhu Devi
Yes.
is one of the mothers.
Yes.
And our own mother, obviously.
Yes.
Material mother.
Yes.
So only 2. And yes, Mataji, I'll let other people also speak. Mataji.
Anybody else? Okay, I'll say.
Mother
So,
cow.
oh yeah.
Mother cow. Cow.
Yes, cow. Yes.
So Brahmana Patni, Raja Patni.
Yes, Brahman Patni.
Daddy or the nurse.
Nurse. Yeah. Head of state, apparently. So even the queen or any head of state. So yeah, wife of a teacher or guru. They are all our mothers. And as you can see, she was a good mother. She gave some really good advice to her son. So what she said to her son was that don't be envious of them, of your brother, and don't wish ill also of your of anybody else, because if you wish ill, then that will happen to you, it will come to you. And the reason this has happened to you is because of your past karma as well. So she was trying to give him good advice. Then she also said that what your stepmom has said is true, that I have not even been treated very properly by your dad, the king. He doesn't regard me as the queen. I'm not even fit enough to be the maid servant even. And so I can understand that why she said that you are not qualified. But you have to follow the instructions of your stepmom. Your stepmom has said to you that you go and do severe penances and win Lord Vishnu over. You have to take his shelter and please him, do devotional service, and then you will achieve what you want. Because she knew that, and she gave example that your great grandfather, so this is Brahma, got the qualification to create the universe, and your own grandfather as well, Swayambhuva Manu, he did many austerities and charities, and he could rule the universe, and he got opulences in material life as well. So she was saying to him that, if you want all that as well, the first thing you have to do is really follow the path of bhakti yoga. So, do your devotional service to the Lord, because only Lord Vishnu is going to help you. The Supreme Personality of God is going to help you. And actually in here, there is also a mention of the demigod worship as well. So what it says is that the demigod worship, firstly, it's mentioned in the purports. I don't know whether I could I could go back and then see which ones. So while I do that, the demigod worship, it said that the benedictions given by demigods and the benedictions given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are not same. The benedictions given by the demigods is going to be temporary only, whereas the benedictions given by Supreme Personality of Godhead will be permanent. And also the fact that Dhruva Maharaj wanted such a higher position, even higher than Lord Brahma as well. He knew that, the only person who would be able to satisfy that would be none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I'm just quickly going to just find that. I think it's 21, if I'm not mistaken. So if I just want to, if people can just so it's demigods. So here, she gives examples of your great grandfather Swayambhuva Manu, with sacrifices and charity and everything. He worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he also got his material happiness. And there is a thing that I think it's 23. I'm not sure where it is. I've written it down, but anyway, it's there. So demigod worship is, 23 here. Material opulences. I thought, how can I just highlight this? So here it said that when you go to Supreme Personality of Godhead as well, you also receive the blessings of the Goddess of Fortune with it as well. So you are getting two actually. So in this way, not only you'll get your devotional, your spiritual benedictions, but you will also get your material benedictions as well, because the Goddess of Fortune is also worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So demigod worship has been mentioned quite a few times in some of the purports here. And I'm not trying to say don't do demigod worship. It's just it's mentioned here, and I just wanted to show the differences between the two. That one is permanent, one is only temporary, and at the end also that the benedictions, even if it's given by a demigod, the sanction has to come from Supreme Personality of Godhead anyway. So Suniti gave very good advice that you go and you do your devotional service and you take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Dhruva Maharaj takes that advice, and he then starts to go to the forest. So here he meets Narad Muni. Now, Narad Muni was not present during the conversation that happened between Suniti and Dhruva Maharaj. So how did Narad Muni suddenly appear there? So it's mentioned that Narad Muni is referred as Trikalgna, which means that he knows the past, present, and future. So as you can see in the third line there, I'm not sure how to highlight because I haven't got a mouse here. Sorry about that. But as you can see the third line there, he can understand the past, future, and present of everyone's heart. And in our heart also, there is a super soul seated in our heart. And the super soul knows everything, what goes inside us. And so the super soul knew that Dhruva Maharaj wanted to please him. So he was very determined. So the super soul then orders Narad Muni also to come. So that is another reason why Narad Muni came straight away, because the super soul, the Paramatma, wanted Narad Muni to guide young Dhruva Maharaj and lead him properly. So and to initiate him as well. So he wanted Narada to give him good guidance. So this is how Narada happens to be there. And so the super soul is known as also the Chaitya Guru as well. And it's also mentioned here, as you can see, I don't know whether it is here, yes, this particular line where it says Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bij, means it's only due to the mercy of the Guru and Krishna. If they both are happy, then you get that Bhakti Bij in you. So that is quite an important thing to understand, that we need both the guidance and the grace of our spiritual master and Krishna together. So then Narad Muni comes and starts speaking to Dhruva Maharaj, and he says, and he wanted to test Dhruva Maharaj because this is what the spiritual masters do. They want to test their disciples also. So he wanted to test Dhruva Maharaj, and he says to Dhruva Maharaj, where are you going? And so Dhruva Maharaj said, I want this, and I'm going to the forest for this, that. And so Narad Muni then says, but you are only 5 years old. You should not be going to the forest. You should be playing and taking part in frivolous activities. But Dhruva Maharaj said, no, I'm still going. So then Narad Muni says, but you know what? You can do it when you grow up. Now is your time to play. Why don't you go back home, play, and when you're older, you can then come back and then you can have an attempt. So then again, nothing happened. And then he then tries again, and he says, there are so many people older than you, much more elevated than you, who are yogis even. They have tried for years and years, and they have not accomplished. They have not met the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I think, you should go home. And Dhruva Maharaj at this point then says that, so before Dhruva Maharaj says, he also says that I understand that you are a Kshatriya and you are affected by the harsh words of your mom, but you should not be affected, because he's trying to explain that, honor and dishonor are just part and parcel, and we should accept both of them as mercy of God. So anything, happiness, sadness, honor, dishonor, in this case, he was insulted. So he was saying that you should not take it to heart. You should just accept it and just move on. You are only a small child, and the harsh words from your stepmother shouldn't bother you. So he was trying to just really push him and try and test him and see how far Dhruva Maharaj would go. So then Narad Muni, Dhruva Maharaj then says, I will just share one more purport here. The thing 32 here, it says that, where it says, I said that only a child you should be playing and everything, he was testing, but actually the devotional service can be done at any point of life. So I'm going to share one verse with you. So here the devotion, according to Vedic system also, as our life is divided into 4 stages, which I think we already know: brahmachari, a student, then grahastha, then vanaprastha, and then sannyasa. And generally people think that when you are a child, then you should be playing. When you are a youth, you should be then just going out with girls and marrying and do all that, and then you can only do your devotional service when you become old and when you're on deathbed. But here it's saying that, no, it should come to you at any point in life. So this is this purport is about that. So I just wanted to show you that. Then Dhruva Maharaj then responds that yes, so this also this is an important, very important verse by Narad Muni, very important teaching that we all should learn from this. So Narad Muni, in this particular verse, Gunadhikan mudam lipsad anukrosham gunadhamat maitrim samanad anvichen nataper abhibhuyate. In this particular verse, Narad Muni is telling us that with you have to behave differently with different sets of people, in the sense that if someone is very elevated than you, if they are on a higher position than you have to respect them. You have to obey them. You have to um, uh, respect them, not be envious of them. More often than not, sometimes we become like that, that if we see someone who knows so much more than us, or who are very elevated and higher than us, we sometimes become envious. So here Narad Muni is saying, don't do that. He said the person that you are equal to, so if you find that you are equal to someone, then you behave them as their friends, and you again treat them with respect, and just treat them nicely. So he's teaching Dhruva Maharaj. And the third set of categories, if someone doesn't know much, and they are not they are still very early in their devotional life or whatever, then you guide them. You be compassionate, show compassionate to them, and you just guide them. Don't make fun of them, and don't mock them. So this is what he's saying, that you have to be like that with these people. And actually, in fact, in Canto 7, because Prahlad Maharaj also in one of the chapters, he's doing exactly the same. I'm not sure. Let me see if this is the one. Yeah. So can you see this particular verse here? Brahmanya Shila Sampanna Satya Sandho Jitendriya Atmavat Sarva Bhutanam Eka Priya Tamaha Dashavata Sanatarya Angriya Pitravad Dinavatsala Bhratvat Sadrasha Snigdho Guru Swa Ishvara Bhavana Vidyartha Rupa Janmadhyo Manastamba Vivarjita. And in this particular verse as well, Prahlad Maharaj is also doing exactly what Narad Muni had asked Dhruva Maharaj to do, that two respectable persons, Prahlad Maharaj acted exactly like a menial servant. So he acted as a servant to respectable people, to people who were higher than him. He was like their dasyam, a servant. To the poor, he was like a father. And to his equals, he was attached like a sympathetic brother. And he showed sympathy, he guided them, and he considered the teachers, spiritual masters, his older god brothers, to be as good as Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was completely free from unnatural pride that might have arisen from his good education, riches and beauty, aristocracy, and so on. So you can see that even Prahlad Maharaj was also following that. So one very good piece of advice that Narad Muni gave, that I think even we could do with that as well. So after listening to all the advice, Dhruva Maharaj then said to Narad Muni that thank you for telling me everything, but unfortunately, all your good instructions, it doesn't do me anything. I'm not in that position to listen to that. I'm not in that right frame of mind even. I'm a Kshatriya. And so he believed a lot in his pride. He was following his pride and prestige. To him, that mattered most. And he said, thank you for giving me all this guidance. But I can't follow any of this because I'm not in that frame of mind. But I would like you to tell me how I can, show me some mercy. Tell me how I can achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Dhruva Maharaj, qualities here, you can see that he was so honest. he just accepted that he had his flaws, and the flaw was that he couldn't, he was a Kshatriya and he was very strong-headed. And at that moment, he wasn't going to accept anything, that any good piece of advice came to him, he was not going to accept that. So he was so honest to Narad Muni. And he didn't lie. He didn't say that, oh, yes, yes, you tell me everything and I'm going to follow. No, he was very honest. And he said, I'm not going to follow that. But he asked for the mercy. And he also wanted Narad Muni to guide him, because he knew that Narad Muni was an elevated soul and only Narad Muni would be able to guide him. So he took his advice and he took the shelter of his Guru Maharaj. So that's a good thing that we can see. And he was so determined, because he was so determined. He knew what he wanted, what his goal was. He was so determined. So those are the qualities we can see from Dhruva Maharaj. Honesty, determination, and asking for mercy, following instructions of his Guru. So Narad Muni then looked at Dhruva Maharaj and Narad Muni's qualities. You can see that he could have got angry. He could have easily said that, you are a stupid child. What I'm telling you, you're not listening to me. But he didn't do that. And instead, he showed compassion to Dhruva Maharaj, and he showed his mercy, and he guided him. And Dhruva Maharaj did tell him that I want a position even exalted than my great grandfather as well. So Narad Muni knew what Dhruva Maharaj wanted, and Narad Muni then had to guide him properly so that he could achieve his goal. Here we can see that Narad Muni then tells, and in one of the verses also, Narad Muni has been referred as Bhagwan. Now this, if I'm not mistaken as well, Prabhuji this morning also said that Bhagwan, so if I, this is Bhagwan Narad. Why is he referred to as Bhagwan? And Prabhuji also was saying this morning that Bhagwan is, he won't be referred to Bhagwan all the time. He's not a Bhagwan as such. A supreme personality is the supreme, is a Bhagwan. But sometimes they do have those qualities. And he was also like an expansion of supreme personality of Godhead. So occasionally they can be called Bhagwan Narada as well. So yeah, as you can see, Bhagwan Naradasta here in the third line there. Maitreya Uvacha Itya Udharatam Akarnya Bhagwan Naradastada Pritaha Pratyaha Tambalam Sadvakyam Anukampaya. So he shows him compassion and gives him good advice to the Balam, the small boy. So he's been referred to as Acharya as well here. He's an Acharya as well. Narad Muni has been referred as that. So anyway, so that's Narad Muni's qualities, that he shows compassion. And Dhruva Maharaj also says to Narad Muni almost that you are like a sun. So like a sun rotates around all the universes and gives sunshine and to benefit the people. Narad Muni himself used to go to all the planets so that he could meet all the conditioned souls and then show them the path of devotional service. So there is an analogy used here as well, that Narad Muni was compared like a sun. And Narad Muni, how he would guide everyone. He would take mercy on fallen souls and show them the right path. I would just like to show you here. So Narad Muni, I wanted to just stress that Narad Muni could have given everything that Dhruva Maharaj wanted in one go. he had that capability as well. But Narad Muni didn't want to do that because that was the job of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His job was to guide him only, and that is what he did. So, as you can see in the last paragraph as well, he was very pleased with Dhruva Maharaj, and he could have at once personally given whatever he wanted, but that is not the duty of the spiritual master. His duty is to engage the disciple in proper devotional service as prescribed in the Shastras. So, and equally here it's mentioned that Krishna could have done the same with Arjuna as well. Krishna could have very well just won the war for Arjuna and or not even done that. Everything could have just happened like that. They didn't even need to do all that. But Krishna didn't do that. He wanted Arjuna to fight and do his duty. So that's what Krishna did. So that's something that I just wanted to share. And then he then says to Dhruva Maharaj that, okay, I will guide you how to do that. So he says, go to River Yamuna and then take a bath in River Yamuna 3 times daily. From there, you go to Madhuvan forest, which is near Vrindavan. So again, I wanted to share a purport for you, and I think it's really important why this is mentioned. So the importance of Madhuvan forest, or rather, going to a pilgrim site is very important. So if I just show or share with you, is it 42? So why do we go to pilgrim? Places of pilgrimage yield a special advantage for a devotee in quickly advancing his spiritual life. Lord Krishna lives everywhere, but still it is very easy to approach him in holy places of pilgrimage because these places are inhabited by great sages. And Lord Krishna says he lives wherever his devotees are, chanting the glories of his transcendental activities. And so we also know that Prabhuji mentioned a while ago that there are 4 dhams, Badri, Narayan, Dwarka, Rameshwar, and Jagannath Puri. These are the 4 dhams, the sacred places that one should try and go. And we can then advance in our spiritual life if we visit pilgrim places. So that's something I just wanted to mention. And in this particular place, there is a mention that there are 12 forests near Vrindavan, and Madhuvan is one of them. And there is a Dhruv Ghat as well within there. And this is where Dhruva Maharaj used to take his bath and perform his austerities and penances. So I just wanted to mention that. If anyone wants to read this purport, it's 42. If anyone is interested. So then, so Narad Muni then says, go there, go to the forest, take your bath. And when you go to the forest, find a place where you can then sit quietly and meditate. You make a form of the Lord. So here the deity worship is actually mentioned as well, that one should make a form of the Lord. And as Dhruva Maharaj was in the forest, he was saying that make it with water or earth or anything you can find. But the form of the Lord has to be there. So deity worship is mentioned. And he also said offer patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, fruit, anything you can find in the forest, just offer to the Lord. And he said that even if you don't find anything, you can find some seeds or grass, you can offer that. And if you don't even find that, then use the bark of a tree, you can even offer that. So that is mentioned, that you can, Dhruva Maharaj can make a form of the Lord, offer all the nice things from whatever he could find from the forest. And then the other thing he mentioned was that do Ashtang Yoga. So as we know, Ashtang Yoga, I don't know too much about it, but I know that there are so many things that it's called the 8 limbs the yam niyam that we have to follow, the path to devotional process. Then you have to focus on your meditation, your breathing, to control your mind and senses. You have to let go of things. So lots of things are mentioned: samadhi, pratyahar, and all those things are mentioned. So he said, do your Ashtanga yoga, meditate. And then he even said, meditate on the form of the Lord, and the form of the Lord which is within your heart. So I thought that it's really nice if you can just read some of the lovely things mentioned about how Dhruva Maharaj was asked to meditate on the form of the Lord. And I suppose even if we close our eyes as well, we can picture as well. So some of the things mentioned. So the verses are from 45 almost to 52 even. So all the things about the Lord are mentioned. So you can see how beautiful it must be, how Narad Muni described how it should be. And it's so beautiful. So as you can see from this particular verse, his eyes, his decorated eyebrows, his raised nose, his broad forehead are all very beautiful. He's the beautiful than all the demigods. He is so beautiful and pleasing in attitude. And anyone who sees him, he never appears to be displeased. And he is prepared to award benedictions to them. So that's so lovely as well. The Lord's form is always youthful. Every limb is properly formed, free from defects. So the Lord has got no defect. The eyes and lips are pinkish, like the rising sun. And then he is prepared to give shelter to the surrendered soul, and anyone so fortunate to look upon him feels all satisfaction. He's the ocean of mercy. Then it's mentioned that he's got a mark of Srivatsa, or the sitting place of the goddess of fortune, and his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers. He is eternally manifest with four hands. So as you know, in the four hands, he has conch shell, a wheel, a club, and a lotus flower. So this is the image that we have to meditate on. And he's always male, apparently. The Lord is never female. Occasionally, he may take the form of a female if necessary, but his main form is the Purusha. He's originally male. So that's mentioned here as well. And then it's said that he is decorated fully, the helmet, the necklaces, bracelets. His neck is adorned with Kaustubha jewel, and he's dressed in yellow silk garments. So even if we close our eyes and we meditate upon the form of the Lord, it's just so beautiful. And then he's got golden bells around his waist, and his lotus feet are decorated with golden ankle bells. And all his bodily features are so attractive and pleasing to the eyes. And he always is so peaceful, calm, quiet, and is pleasing to the eyes and mind. And the Lord is always smiling. He looks merciful towards his devotees, and he's the bestower of all the benedictions. So you can see that there's so many verses just on the form of the Lord. And by concentrating the mind on this form, one who meditates this way, on the auspicious form of the Lord, is soon freed from all material contamination, and he does not come down from meditation upon the Lord. So I think this is quite important, how it's mentioned here, how we should be meditating as well. And then he says, I'm now going to give you a confidential mantra, and that you should chant as well. And that was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So what it said also is that this mantra is confidential, in the sense that it has come from disciplic succession. people shouldn't just be giving us any mantra to chant, because by doing that, then that mantra would not have the efficacy. It would not mean much. So we should always chant the mantra which has come to from the disciplic succession. So this is where it's said about the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and this is what Dhruva Maharaj meditates upon. And then and obviously it's mentioned here as well that in this day and in this yuga as well, the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is very important, and we should chant that offenselessly as much as possible to progress in our devotional life. And also it's mentioned that, there is, as you can see here, that there is no bar to propagating the Krishna consciousness movement to people born in any other families. So, this is so important, that whoever follows the path of devotional service, who has taken the shelter of the Lord, it does not matter which caste they come from. So, so that was quite important. And then then he says, also when we offer things as well, one thing I forgot to mention is when we offer things as well, again, that has to be from the Shastras. We can't just offer anything to God according to our whims, just because we feel like it, or just because we want to eat something. So it has to be what the Lord wants, or what the Lord wants to eat. And it has to be what's specified in our Shastras as well. So Dhruva Maharaj then accepts all this, and he circumambulates Narad Muni. He takes obeisances from him, and he progresses towards Madhuvan forest. Meanwhile, then Narad Muni goes back to back to the king Uttanpad. When he goes back to the king, he sees that Uttanpad was very morose. He was so sad. He was so worried. And he says to Narad Muni that I was so hard-hearted. I just didn't listen to my son at all, didn't take his side at all. How could I do that? I love Dhruva Maharaj so much, but because I was so attracted, I was so much attached to Suruchi that I neglected my duty towards my child. And so he felt so morose and so bad about it. And he said, how can my 5-year-old child, how could he survive in the forest? He could be killed. But Narad Muni assures him, Narad Muni says to him that, your son is very elevated. You be assured that he is protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he comes back, he is going to, even raise your name even to an elevated level. He's going to do your good and make you so proud. So don't worry about him. He is well protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then we go back to Dhruva Maharaj, what happens to him. So Dhruva Maharaj goes to the forest. He takes his bath as advised by Narad Muni. He meditates, and he concentrates, and he does his austerities and penances according to what the Narad Muni had told him. He then I thought it was quite important to mention how he did his penances. So the first month, every 3 days, he would just eat fruit. And it's mentioned here as well that he actually sometimes he would eat kapitha flower. Now, kapitha flower, which bears the fruit, and only monkeys eat it, it's not even suitable for consumption for human beings. So you can see that Dhruva Maharaj even took that, even which was not suitable for consumption, he just didn't mind that. So every 3 days, whatever he could find, and one of them was this kapitha flower or the fruit of the kapitha flower, he would eat that. And what we can gather from this as well, that he's already started to control his senses, so his tongue. And it's said, because in Science of Self-Realization book also it's mentioned that the first thing that you have to control is the tongue. And that's the most difficult one as well, because we are always, get enticed by things. And apart from the other senses, the tongue is probably the difficult one. And you can see here, Dhruva Maharaj is has already started. So the first, every 3 days, he would eat fruit. Then every 6 days, he would drink just water. And then after that, every 9 days, he would, not water, he would eat just grass. So the first is fruit, then the grass every 6 days. And then after every 9 days, he would drink water. And then the fourth, so that's the first month, second month, third month, he would be drinking water like that. And the fourth month, he was taking a breath every 12 days. So you can see every three days, it was like getting more and more and more. So it's easy to remember that way, that 3, 6, 9, and 12. And so in the fourth month, he was just breathing, and he controlled his breathing so much. So he was starting to control his mind and senses. And the fifth month, he controlled it quite a lot. So he was able to stand on one leg. He completely was entranced and completely, breathing like that. And then by doing that, his toe was pushing the earth. And what happened was that, throughout the universe, the breathing potency was starting to get diminished, and the demigods started to get worried. And because they were like almost choking, because Dhruva Maharaj, he was doing severe austerities, and the Supreme Personality in the heart, the Paramatma, was also getting very heavy as well. And because of all that as well, the breathing was getting a bit difficult, and everybody was choking. So they all approach Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they say, "Please, Lord, help us, help us." And so the Lord says, I understand why you have come, and I know what Dhruva Maharaj is doing. He's doing severe penances, but rest assured, I'm going to go and find him, and I'm going to visit him. And you can be assured that everything will be fine. So don't worry about that. So then, Supreme Personality of God assures the demigods that. And I think that is where I would like to end, because obviously the next chapter again is about how the Lord appears before Dhruva Maharaj. And then again, there's so many things to learn from that chapter as well. And I thought that I will just stick to one chapter today only, because as you can see, there's so many things to learn from Dhruva Maharaj's episode, even from Suruchi, Suniti, and Uttampad as well. We can see how the relationship should be within a family, within each other, because nobody in a family or our other family or friends, we are all different to each other. But we have to give and take, and we have to be very patient, kind, and not speak harsh words, because as you can see, Suruchi spoke harsh words, and this is what happened. But on the other hand, Suniti, she was so wise, and she was so calm, and she spoke very calmly. And because of that, eventually we find out that everything turns out well when Dhruva Maharaj returns back home. So there's so much to learn from this chapter alone as well. So I think I would like to end there. There is also one wonderful word, and I think maybe Prabhuji can also explain. I don't know where I've written that. But if I find that, I think I will say, uh, I will find that later, and then I will maybe post it in it's the way, Supreme Personality of Godhead has been described. I don't know whether it's in 19 or I think is it, firstly it's Bhratya Vatsalya, but I think there is another word. I will find that, Prabhuji, and then if you can explain on that word, I would be very grateful. It's such a beautiful word. If I can find that while I stop as well, I will share that with you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So beautiful pastimes, Mataji. Very nicely explained. So this chapter contains 82 shlokas. You described it without missing any shloka. I described every part of it. Very nice, Mataji. So I'm just glad, and then I'm also surprised you remember each and everything, very minute things, what Prabhupada has explained in the purport and also the shlokas as it is, without
But
missing.
Prabhupada's purports are like gems anyway, so I think it's so important to read the purports. I think.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mataji. Do you want to share anything else, Mataji, or should we open the floor for the question and answer?
Yes, yeah. While I try and find that lovely word, I think it's touched my heart. So yeah, it's the Lord has been described. I think it's when Suniti was giving advice, she tells him to take the shelter of the Lord, but the way he's described, I think it's earlier on, but I don't want to miss. It's Adhyaksho something, Pad Sevan.
So Suniti's instructions, Mataji, or?
It's so I think it might be in Suniti's, but that
Yes, I think if it is
something Adhyaksho Adhya. I thought that was so beautiful. But yeah, you can. If anyone has any questions, and I can't answer, probably I won't be able to answer. Please, Prabhuji might have to step in.
thank you, Mataji. So meanwhile, we shall open the floor for the question and answers. And dear devotees.
Yeah, there it is. Aradhya Dakshajo Padmam.
Aradhya Dokshya Pada Padmam. Kirichise Adhyasanam Uttamoy. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I think even I think was it Srila Prabhupada or somebody mentioned this line, so it caught my eye. That one, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
The lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, thank you so much. I'll stop sharing. Sorry. Stop sharing.
Okay, dear devotees, if you have got any questions, kindly share and kindly ask, or you want to share anything, kindly share. We've got Vijay Krishna Prabhuji open, raise his hand. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Amoga Prabhu. Thank you very much. You're most kind on the what pranams. I have a question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
May I?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Prabhuji is my backup.
Sorry?
Prabhuji is my backup for answering.
Yes, Jai Mataji, thank you for your class. My question is related to you spoke about the diet that Dhruva Maharaj he took while in the forest. So and you spoke about that in relation to controlling the tongue. Do you remember speaking about that?
Yes.
Yeah. So based on that, my question would be, what is the effect in our devotional lives of controlling the tongue? If we, in other words, if we control our tongues, what is the benefit? That would be my question. how beneficial in our practice of the process of Krishna consciousness is the control of the tongue?
How many what? Sorry.
How beneficial
How beneficial. Sorry.
is to have a controlled
Yes,
tongue
control
while
the
we're
mind.
practicing the process of Krishna consciousness. That would be my question.
So I'm going to leave it to Prabhuji, but my understanding is that, you know, the four regulative principles, one of them is about eat the right things. So don't eat what is not in our shastras. So onion, garlic, and anything like too hot things, which I failed terribly, unfortunately. But anything enticing, and we always want to satisfy our tongue, our belly, and by doing that, then we can't focus on our devotion that much. That is my understanding. And other way of controlling the tongue also is the thing that we speak, that comes out of our mouth. I think controlling in that way as well. Can that be that way as well? Prabhuji, help me, please.
Yeah, yes, I liked it when you just said that if we eat in the wrong way, it becomes more difficult for us to focus on the real thing, on the real pleasure, which is connection with Krishna and spiritual advancement. I like that very much. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and the speak as well. What comes out of our mouth, sometimes we just can't. It comes out straight away, especially when people are in a car. Their anger comes out, and all sorts of things comes out. I think it's just watching your tongue. You know, be silent. However, having said that, I also read that in this particular case, you try and speak less as much as possible. Or don't speak at all. But in this particular case, because Uttanpad was quiet all the time, I'm digressing a little bit because I forgot to mention that Uttanpad, because he was silent when he should have spoken, that didn't do him good either. But as much as possible, control of our speech is very important, and Suruchi didn't do that.
Yes, one of the symptoms of spiritual advancement is that your tongue becomes controlled, in the sense that you always know when and how to speak.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jai Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Very nice question and answers. Okay, I think on this topic, Jagmatanya Mataji has given in the next draft instruction the first shloka previously. Okay, any other questions, dear devotees, you have got? Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Jay Vaid Mataji. So beautifully explained about Dhruva Maharaj's pastimes, Mataji. It was really nice. I didn't know that Dhruva Maharaj said that he will not follow some instructions from Narad Muni. What was that, Mataji? Can you explain that in a little bit detail, Mataji?
Yeah, so Dhruva Maharaj, he basically was saying that because he was a Kshatriya, and he said that what you are teaching me to be more like the Brahmanical qualities. It washes over my head almost. It's not going to work with me because I'm not in that state of mind. And so Dhruva Maharaj said that thank you, but no thanks, almost, to Narad Muni, that I just want to achieve my goal, just direct me to that. But what you have guided me, do this, do that, don't, the advice you've given, I'm not in that, I can't accept that. So yeah, let me just find the exact, the
36.
thing. I think he says in his, I think it is, verse thing about 37 or so I'm very impudent for not accepting your instructions. I'm covered by ignorance, because he was covered by ignorance. And you can see that there are two contrasts here. When he was covered by ignorance, his father, he could not even get on the lap of his father. But when he got the devotion, when he achieved his devotional qualities, then even the Lord was willing to come to him. So you can see the two things, how he progressed in his devotional just by following the Narad Muni's instructions. But yes, he did say that he was full of ignorance, which is right. That he was so honest. He said, I'm full of ignorance. I can't, follow your advice, basically. And I'm impudent. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji, so nicely told, Mataji. Really nice. It is when we have to in this. I got two lessons, Mataji, by this one, because sometimes if we are teaching something to someone and if they are not interested, then we should not force them to learn something. And also, if we are also not interested, I mean, interested in the meaning, like for example, history is my most boring subject for me when I used to be going to school. So history was like a mystery for me. No way I could get any dates or any of those battles and all, like when they so it was very uninteresting. So we have to understand the interests of another person and teach them the right way. And also we also should be able to learn. There is two lessons, Mataji, which I learned from this. Thank you so much, Mataji. Beautifully explained today. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. I
Thank you,
think there's
Mataji.
so much to learn for all of us in this. So, determination. 5-year-old child, how much to
Yes.
learn from him. He had so much determination that he could do all these severe penances. We can't even
Yes.
sometimes chant the Maha Mantra properly. What to
Yes.
say of him? So yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Also, we also, I mean, Bhakta Prahalad also was 5-year-old.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
really
Yeah.
nice. Yes,
I
Mataji.
wanted to add as well that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also loved listening to the pastimes of Dhruva and Prahlad Maharaj so much. So I read up that he used to say to Gadadhara Goswami, please read Bhagavad to me. And when Gadadhar Goswami used to read Bhagavad, and when he used to say, come to the pastimes of Dhruva and Prahlad, he would say, read it again and again. I want to listen to it 100 times. So you can
Yes.
see that just these two children, they both were 5 years old. But
Yes. But
amazing how much we can,
the
and
elevated consciousness, like so much, like very nice. Very beautiful, Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for this wonderful class today. Hare
nice
Krishna.
reflection, Gayatri Mataji. I think it's so important what you said as well. I go through that in my own household as well. So I understand what you're saying.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Jashna Kanya Mataji. Thank you for kindly joining, Mataji. It's been a long time after seeing you here in the Sangha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you for your amazing pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj. One of my question is, why was Dhruva called Maharaj? He's a child. His dad was the Maharaj. So how does that work? How did he get that title?
Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruva Maharaj, they are just exalted by what they did, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. They got to that level for us to say Maharaj. I can't even bring myself to say little Dhruv or Dhruv just on its own, because they have earned that respect, I think. I don't know. Prabhuji, please come to my help.
So we are seeing the Dhruva Maharaj birth to old age, and also he ruled as a king for 36,000 years. and then he left to the Vaikuntha. So we are seeing, so we see his exalted position as Maharaj. So see, Hare.
Okay, so the other thing is, he was good at taking instructions. So why wasn't he, as a child, taking instructions from the exalted seniors?
Which exalted scene are you referring to?
Well, there was
Narad Muni?
yes, because he had his mother advise him, and he took that very seriously.
Yes.
Changes, and he was determined to go ahead and suffer the consequences in the forest. Very threatening with all those. Yeah. I mean, which child would do that? You know, okay, they're exalted people, but he took that challenge. Yeah.
Again, I will ask Prabhuji, but because his goal was to get a material, he wanted material benediction, and that is what his goal was, that he wanted, yes, and being born in a Kshatriya family, he was saying that he was not, somewhere in the purport also it's described that sometimes people who are Kshatriyas cannot suddenly start following Brahmanical things. They can't suddenly become, meek and mild and, because Kshatriya's job is something different and Brahman's job is different. But with devotional service, it can turn the other way. Somewhere I read that. But my understanding is because at that point, he was not bothered. He just wanted one thing only. And so nothing would stop him. And so he didn't listen to Narad Muni. But Prabhuji, you would know. Yeah, there he was lacking Brahmanical humility. And he was so honest. He was saying that I can't, I'm not ready. That's one thing that came out of, to me at least, that, he didn't try to pull a wool over Narad Muni's eyes and said, yes, I'll do it, and then not do it. He just straight away said, I can't do it. But equally, I'm coming to you for your mercy. So he knew he was not following the instructions, but equally he wanted the mercy.
Thank you. And also, what about the 4 classes that you mentioned? Can one change from one class to the next, from Kshatriya to another one? By their penance, going through penances and actually.
So in this case, Dhruva Maharaj almost got his Brahmanical qualities after penances. I don't know of any other examples. Prabhuji, would you?
Vishwamitra, he was a king, and later on he became a Brahman.
Yes.
And Parashurama was a Brahmana.
Parashurama,
and then he turned himself as a Kshatriya.
And Valmiki, can we say Valmiki in there as well, or no? Maybe not.
He was a hunter, and then later on, I think he became again Brahman sage.
So you can change.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions to your devotees? Swarup Prabhuji, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji. Mataji has explained the purpose so well and in so much of detail. I think she has really covered every point possible. So it's a very, very nice class. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Meena Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji? No. Gauringi Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, I don't have any question, Mataji, but you gave very Nice class, Mataji. Very good. Yeah. You going to talk about Dhruva Maharaj going on is nice, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And so just one point, just to not highlighting, just sharing. So here, Dhruva Maharaj is mentioning Suricha Dhruvacho Bhanaihi Na Bhinne Shreyate Hridi, because my heart is pierced by the words of Surichi. Because of that, Na Bhinne Shreyate Hridi. So whatever, my heart is now broken. Oh Narada Muni, so whatever the good instructions you are giving to me, they are not standing in my heart now. So so Lord Shiva says when we speak, Tatarbihi Nabite Silimukaihi Seti Aditangu Hudayena Dhuyata Swanam Dhiya Vakridhyam Dhuruktabihi Divansham Tapiti Marmataditaha. So if the close relatives, if they're speaking of the harsh words, it will make us day and night not to get sleep. And it is marmatadita, it is deep in the heart, it will always just making the disturbance in the heart. It will peace. But that is more dangerous than the enemy's arrows. Tatarabihinna vitvesili mukaihi seti adhitamu hridayena dhuyata. But some people, what it means, Lord Shiva says to Sati Mata, so one should be very careful about what they're speaking. The words are more powerful than the actual arrows. And Brahma says to Lord Shiva in another instance, Prudagdeha karmadusho dhrasyaha parodayena hruddrujo anisham parandhruktehi vidhunke arindada tan mavadit daivadan bhavidvidaha. So this Brahma says to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva later on he punishes all the Daksha and all these things, and later on Brahma coming along with all the demigods and trying to pacify Lord Shiva. There he mentions this statement, "Oh Lord Shiva, the great personalities like you cannot get angry on those such kind of people like the demigods or Brahmanas who are all. They are all just like in the mode of passion. Prudagdiha karma drusho durasayaha parodayena hruddrujo anisham, in the heart keeping something desire, and they're always trying to speak and act in such a way. Parandruktaihi vidhanti arundhada, and they will speak even the harsh words. They speak even the harsh words. Tan ma avadit daivadan bhavidvidaha. So a learned person should not oppose them, counteract them, or chastise them in any way. Tan ma avadit, because daivadan, by speaking those harsh words, they're already punished by the law, punished by the divine nature. So that one Brahma says to Lord Shiva. So devotees, we should not counteract even though someone is saying harsh words, but at the same time, we do not speak any harsh words. And even if someone is speaking to us, we simply tolerate. We don't do anything. Okay, so just a small reflections here. Just by hearing this, and on top of this one, the beautiful shlokas that Narada Muni speaks about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prasanna Vadhanekshanam, Prasanna, what is that? Prasadhabhimukam Shashvat, Prasanna Vadhanekshanam, Surucham, Sunasam, Subhramam, Charakapolam, Surasandharam. So these Taranam Ramaniyangam, Marneshtekshanadharam, Pranadashrayanam Dhumnam, Saranyam Karnarnavam. So this is very beautiful shlokas. So one has to try to learn and remember this beauty of the Lord. It's very easy. Just only Srivatsankam Ghanashyamam Purusham Vanamalinam Shankachakra Gada Padmaihi Abhivyakta Chaturbhujam Kiritanam Kundalinam Keyuravalayanmitam Kaustubhabaranagrivam Pita Kauseya Vasasam Kanchikalapaparyastam lasat kanchananūpuram darshaniytamam shantam manonayena vardhanam padbhyam nakamanishreenya vilasadbhyam samarchitam tudpadmakanyikadishnim akramyatmani avastitam mayamanam abidhyayet sa anuragavalokanam niyetena ekabhutena manasa varadarshabham एवं भगवतो रूपं सुभद्रं ध्यायतो मनः निवृत्त्या परया तूर्णं सम्पन्नं न निवर्तते. Sampannam nanivartate. Once he has got that the form of the Lord in his heart, evam bhagavato rupam subhadram jayato manaha. He has to meditate on that form. And once nivritya paryaturnam sampannam nanivartate, he would not look for anything else. He does not come down from the meditation upon the Lord. He will stand there. Sampannam nanivartate. Yes, in such a way, the beauty of the Lord is described by Narada Muni. Thank you so much, Mataji. I don't want to take more time here. Okay, any other questions, dear devotees? If there is nothing else, we shall move to the next part, Narasimha prayers. Before we go there, can I request all devotees kindly unmute and do three love Hari Bols to Jay Vaid Mataji for kindly sharing Dhruva Maharaj pastimes.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
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 Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so if you are happy, we shall move to the next part, Mataji. Narasimha prayers. Would you like to choose, Mataji? Any devotees? Your selection.
I don't know. Gaurangi Devi Dasi, who I can see the first in the list, maybe. I have to remember to sing in.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, do you want to sing with me or?
Okay, Mataji.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Okay.
Janakanya Mataji is here.
Oh yeah, Janakanya Mataji. Why don't both of them sing today?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that would be good.
Hare Krishna.
Rather
No,
than me.
it's okay. Carry on, the two of you. That's great.
No, Mataji, you are here after a long time. Why don't you two sing today?
No, you sing. Go on. I'll listen because I haven't got the voice tonight.
You feel like you come down with cold.
It sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds very much like that.
Hari Bol.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Are you going to share or shall I just start singing? Or?
That's Mataji. We shall share that with them. Narasimha.
Narasimha Pranam. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlada Ladadaine.
Prahlada Ladadaine.
Prahlada Ladadaine.
Prahlada Ladadaine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Yato yami tato Narsimha.
Yato yami tato Narasimha.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
Narsimha Adhim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasingamadim Saranam Prapade.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringam. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tava kara kamalavare Nakha Advuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanuvringam Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Jaya Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Narsimhadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Beautiful Mataji, very nicely sung. Jay Vaid Mataji and Gauri Mataji, very beautiful. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we are 45 past 9 o'clock. If you're all happy, there is nothing else to update or share anything, then we shall conclude our session and see you tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m.
Sorry, Amoga Prabhu, at what time?
5:30 a.m. Prabhuji.
5 what?
5:30.
5:30, yes.
Yeah.
Here in his source is 4:30. Yes. Yesterday I said I'll be there, and I wasn't there this morning. I'll try my best to be there tomorrow. Hare Krishna. And thank you, Jai Mataji, for being so kind. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you all. Jai Shri
Conclude.
Hare Krishna.
पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Namo Namaha.
अनन्तकोटिवैष्णवेभ्यो
Ki Jai. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.